So a little while back, I was on Instagram and I saw a razor that got me curious. Went on the website, see what they have to offer, and then I reached out and I asked, I noticed you have 3 different razors on your website. What's the difference between the 3? Which they replied, the only difference are the handles. Would you like us to send you one? And I thought, well, of course, I'd love to try out your razor. It looks amazing. So they did. Everyone over at Tier One, thank you so much for sending over the Ekkan. Now, not only did they send just the razor, but they sent the 3 handles. How cool is that? So you have the 308, which is a really cool looking bullet, the Ranger, which is the handle that I'll be using for today's shave, and the Elite, which I believe is a traveling style handle because it actually comes apart. So it's 2 pieces. But with the 3 handles, you do get the same head for all 3. Now this head here reminds me a little of the Henson, just because it looks like it has a fixed angle, which can make it very easy for somebody new to traditional wet shaving to use. And the look of this is gorgeous. So let's start using it, shall we? For my soap, I'll be using MMGP Odin. It took me forever to get this soap, and I'm so glad I was finally able to get my hands on it because it was inspired by an amazing fragrance, Hermes EDT. I apologize if I'm butchering that, so I'll go ahead and leave the name of the fragrance down below here. Now the scent of the soap and the scent of the fragrance is very similar, with the citrusy green scent within it. To lather up, I'll be using this beautiful TRC, aka the Razor Company, synthetic brush. Once all the growth is gone, the face is feeling nice and smooth, I'll go ahead and splash on MMGP Odin aftershave splash. And then of course, to end off the entire shave, I'll be using Hermes EDT. All right, that's enough talking. Let's get this face wet and let's get the shave started. With Stonefield Shaving Company's pre-shave. All right, so now that the pre-shave's on, I'll go ahead and load my brush. All right, so the brush is nicely loaded. Now I'll go ahead and paint on a thin coating of the soap. So if you have just happened to have stumbled upon this video, what I'm doing is preparing my hair for the shave. So I put the pre-shave on first, which helps with a little bit more slickness to my shave, and I let the pre-shave stay on the face for just a little bit to help absorb into the skin and into the hair. And then I go ahead and paint on a light coating of soap. And once again, I let that sit on the face for a little bit, softening the hair to get ready to be cut. So now that I have that light coating on the face, let me go ahead and load the Ekkan with a Thatcher blade. All right, there you have it. The Ekkan is loaded and it's ready to get to work. So now that the razor is loaded, let me go ahead and really build up on this lather. So again, if you're new and you're wondering what the heck am I doing, I am splaying the brush, and the whole point of this is to help lift the hair. It helps build my lather and it exfoliates my skin. I love splaying my brush. All right, so the face looks nicely lathered. Now, as I'm speaking, I'm talking to someone who has just discovered my channel for the very first time, or maybe this video for the first time. Whether you are brand new to traditional wet shaving or you've been doing this for quite a long time, everything that I do is what works best for me, and I always encourage that in any of my videos. Whatever works best for you, that's what you need to do, my friend. If you get your best shaves doing what it is that you're doing, then by all means, keep doing that. So now I have roughly 5 to maybe 6 days worth of growth. So it'll be interesting to see how the Ekkan deals with such a large amount of growth. Let's find out together, shall we? And there you have it. First pass is done. Yep, I definitely have a lot of growth to take down. So let me get ready for that second pass. Hold tight. All right, here we go for my second pass. And just like that, second pass in the books. Now, let me get ready for that third and final pass. And again, If you are new to traditional wet shaving, or maybe you're searching up a different means of shaving, and this is the first video that you happen to be watching, and maybe you're wondering, why the heck is this guy shaving so much? When it comes to traditional wet shaving, you shave exactly how you like, my friend. As I mentioned earlier in the video, it's your shave. You do what works best for you. For me, personally, 3 passes typically works best. You don't have to do 3 passes. If you just want to do 1 pass, get in, get your shave done, get out, get on with your day, go ahead. If you want to do 2 passes, again, it's your shave. You can do 2 passes. If you want to do 3 or more passes, my friend, it is your shave. It's your equipment. You do whatever makes you happy. So what's making me happy right now is getting on with that 3rd pass. Hold tight. One thing that I have been really happy with as of late is my lather. I've gotten to a point where my lather looks and feels the same throughout my entire shave. And right now, I'm getting that exact same thing, and I'm loving it. And what I also love is the fact that I still have a ton of soap left in the brush. So let's go ahead and use it. It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? All right, here we go for my 3rd and final pass. All right, there you have it. 3rd pass done. Let me go ahead now, wash off the rest of the soap, finish off the rest of my shave. Make sure to stick around because I'll do my best to explain how this razor feels and performs. Stay tuned. All right, next I'll get in there with the Parker's Alum block. So after I'm done applying the alum, I do rinse the alum off and dry it down. Okay, once again, talking to the new person that happened to have stumbled upon this video. What I just did was apply alum. Now the alum serves a bunch of different purposes. It helps heal any irritation or nicks that I may have gotten during my shave. It helps tighten the skin, and the one thing I really love about it is it gives me a good indication on how well that shave went. Like I said, a little bit of stinging up around here, a little on the jawline. So to me, that's a pretty darn good shave. Now, if there is a really big burning sensation or stinging, then that's the alum's way of telling me that I need to settle down a little bit and not be so aggressive during my shave. So now that I've applied the alum, what I'm gonna do is clean my gear and clean my area. Get everything ready for my next shave. For me personally, cleanup is a part of my post-shave ritual. So I remove my blade from my razor after every single shave. I will pat it dry and then I'll put it back in the packaging that I got it from. If I'm going to use the blade again, I'll put it off to the side. And if I'm not, I'll go ahead and toss it in the blade bank. And there you have it. The Tatra is packed away. And because I've used this blade a number of different times, I'll toss it in the blade bank. And now I will continue my cleanup. So the Ekkan is all cleaned up and it's ready for my next use. Now what I like to do is put the top and bottom cap on an angle just so that the grooves can air dry. And my beautiful TRC synthetic brush is all cleaned up and ready for its next use. So I've gone ahead and I've cleaned up the rest of my area. Now everything is ready for my next shave. And while I was cleaning, and actually while I'm talking to you right now, I still feel the alum tingling and maybe tightening the skin, working its magic. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna wash off the alum with cold water. And yes, I do recommend washing off the alum with cold water and get ready to put on some Terres. First, I'll apply the clear Terres, followed by the hydrating milky toner, but with a bit of a twist. Next, I'll splash on MMGP Odin aftershave splash. Oh, do I ever love that burn from the alcohol. What a beautiful scent. And the dry down is fantastic. Good stuff. Now I'm going to apply the Terre's Hydrating Milky Toner, but I'm going to combine it with MMGP Odin Aftershave. What a
feeling. So the reason why I put the splash on first is to get the full effect of the alcohol as well as the scent. And then by applying the splash on again, combined with the hydrating milky toner, it now takes that alcohol-based splash and turns it into skin food. Oh, good stuff. Wow.
All right, let me go ahead and finish off the entire shave with Hermes EDT. All right, and there you have it, end of the shave. After 5 to 6 days worth of growth, I was desperately needing this, and this shave was bang on. Now, as far as the Ekkan, this was a really nice razor. I gotta be honest, during my first pass, I was thinking, whoa, this thing seems super aggressive. Yes, very easy to use because it is angled, so you really don't have to worry about keeping that angle, but it felt really aggressive. But once I got through that first pass and I went on to my second and third, by the time I got to the third pass, this thing felt fantastic. What a great shave. So if you're looking for a great razor, I'll leave the link down in the description. Go check out Tier One for yourself. It's a very unique company and they have an amazing, unique razor. So if you're new, I hope you picked up something from this video that can help you out. And if you've been doing this for a while, I'm always open to suggestions. So if you have a tip that can help me out and with my shave, I am always open to suggestions. On that note, you make it a great shave and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.